Hey guys, HCGChica. I am here to catch you up on the last couple days. After vlcd 22, I had a goose egg the following morning, and but my fat dropped a whole pound to 35 pounds of fat from 36. So that was still a super good day. My body fat percent dropped almost a whole percent that day. The following day, I was down 0.4 after vlcd 23, and that was when Tom started. That was yesterday, and so my body fat went actually up a half pound. I think it was just a little inconsistent there because of Tom. So that's what happened then. And then yesterday, I'm sorry, that was 2 days ago. Yesterday I was down 1.6. Wow. And my body fat went down another whole pound, which was pretty exciting because that put me at 125.8 with 33.5 pounds of fat, and that's a total loss of 17.4 pounds in 24 days. So I was very happy about that yesterday. And this morning I had a gain of 0.6, and actually the last couple times that I had a large loss like that, I had a gain the next day, and I believe that there was like some dehydration and a little water retention involved with that. So again, I'm not worried about that at all. So as of today, I am 126.4. I've lost 16.8 pounds in 25 vlcd days. I have 34 pounds of fat, and my body fat percent is at 27. Now, one thing that I am changing up today is, you know how I was telling you guys about the stevia water I was drinking? The first several days, or the first few days I drank that, my ketones continued to be at 80. However, the last 3 days, my ketones have been at only 15. And I wasn't really sure if it was correct the first couple days, but now that it's the third day, I'm thinking, okay, my ketones are at 15. That may not necessarily be a problem. You know, it's possible just that my body is using the ketones more efficiently. But just since I'm not sure, I'm not having the stevia water today. I'm just having just straight water, just in case maybe the amount of stevia I was having was kind of adding up or something. I don't really know. So, but I'm still losing fat, which is what counts, but you know, I still like to just see how things affect everything. So that's what's going on with that. And other than that, I'm telling you, those shirataki noodles that I get from the Asian store, the name, if you're going to buy them online, is called Miracle Noodles. They're more expensive if you buy that brand, but those have been a true lifesaver for the second half of this round. And I've been having them every day since day 17 or 16, and today's day 27, so I guess that means about 11 days, but right around that day, it's day 16, I was, even though I wasn't hungry, I was just, wishing I could eat a little more, and those noodles are just soluble fiber, that's all they are. And ever since I added those in, I feel like I could live on this diet, honestly. I don't feel hungry. I have these basically 2 big bowls of soup every day with different ingredients. And it's so filling and it's so satisfying. I haven't had any fruit this P2 except for, 1 apple. And then I still have like 2 or 3 portions of fat-free yogurt or fat-free cottage cheese a day as well. In addition to the, 2 meals I've been having. But honestly, I just feel so content with having those noodles in there. It just really, really helps. And I'm really happy because I think it's going to allow me to go ahead and finish out this round, which is exciting because, being at 126 right now, if I go another 2 weeks or so, I feel like I'm very likely going to be, to 120 by then. The most important thing to me is losing fat, as you guys know, and I'm going to continue talking about that in future vlogs because losing weight is different than losing fat, and I'm going to show you in a future vlog a couple things that are a little eye-opening. I found a photo of what 5 pounds of fat looks like versus 5 pounds of muscle, and the volume, like 5 pounds of fat is like this big, and 5 pounds of muscle is like this big. And the reason I just, I think that might help open everyone's minds, including my own, the importance of losing fat, not just weight. And the reason that I feel like it's important for people, whether they're on HCG or Biomedic, to know if you're losing fat is because my first round of HCG, we all experiment, we all see what we can get away with while still losing weight. However, when you're just using the scale, you don't know if that weight is coming from muscle or from fat. And my first round, I lost a lot of lean mass. I lost 16 pounds of muscle, and I lost 10 pounds of fat. And since 5, 10, 16 pounds of muscle is much smaller, it's, like when you say for instance, I lost 5 pounds of fat, and say you lost 10 pounds, but the 10 pounds you lost was muscle. Even though I only lost 5 pounds, I would look the same as you, because the volume of it, or even actually I would look smaller than you, actually, most likely, because the volume, the size of fat, the space it takes up is so much more than muscle. So sometimes when we mess with HCG and try doing these alternative things, we might cause ourselves to lose more weight, which is, I think, what happened in my first round. However, that weight wasn't coming from fat. And that's just not a good thing. First of all, you're not going to be as small as you would have been if you had lost fat. And second of all, when you lose muscle, you're actually getting less healthy. If your body fat percent goes up while you're doing HCG because you're losing so much lean mass, or Biomedic, whatever it may be, at the end, it's going to be very hard to maintain that weight loss because you're actually less healthy than you were. I think the whole premise behind why you can maintain your weight so well after doing HCG is when you do it the correct way, the way he laid it out, with no fats and things like that. And for me, Diet Coke was a bad thing first round, is because your body fat percent is going drastically down. So you're actually getting much, much healthier as you go by. And by the end of the round, you have a lot of lean mass and a lot less fat. Whereas when you started out, you might have been more like this or whatever, So I'm not like a scientific person or anything. I don't know a lot about this, but I've just been researching it, and I know just enough that I want to share it, just because I just think it's so important to know, especially if you're going to be changing up the protocol at all. Just know that you're losing fat, because to be honest, like, if I hadn't lost so much lean mass my first round, right now, while I'm at 126, I could probably be done, because I would have had another 16 pounds of fat gone, and I would be like super fit at 125. But as it is, since I lost so much lean mass the first round, I'm kind of like having to catch up, and I'm going to have to get to a lower weight to get rid of all the excess fat. So anyway, I'm sorry for like going on about this, but I just think it's really important to know that you're losing fat. And so far, the best way for me to do that is by using the body fat monitor. The ketone sticks have been useful as well, although I don't know if they're useful for everyone, but they do help me to see what affects me. And it's just really helpful, because that way, instead of trying to push a certain amount of pounds lost on a scale during a round, you'll be looking at how much fat you're losing. Because, it's like if you lose, if I lose 1 pound one day, but it's all fat, and you lose, 2 pounds, but, 1.5 pounds of it was lean muscle, I've actually lost more than you, even though your weight is twice as much that you lost that day. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. But anyway, I just want to share that. I'm really, really happy. I don't know any other diet at the moment that I've seen in proof lose this much fat in as many days. And I will be very interested to see if anyone on the Biomedic diet ends up using a body fat monitor or having their body fat tested hydrostatically. I would love to see the results of that. That certainly would be nice if they're losing fat as well. So I definitely don't think that there's only one possible solution. I am constantly researching, and I think I think people are always discovering new things that affect things in a good way or a bad way. So I think it's good to continue researching and just be informed, and know that it's not really a good idea to mess with your body's composition, how much lean muscle you are and how much fat you are. You don't want to be getting less healthy. And see, since I wasn't keeping track of that my first round, I ended up I didn't end up being less healthy necessarily because my body fat did stay the same, but it didn't decrease, and I lost 27 pounds. It's like when you lose 27 pounds, you should have your body fat percent go down, which means your frame, the size of your lean muscle, should be carrying around less fat. But I had lost so much lean mass as well that it was basically I was just the same person, So now these last 2 rounds, I'm getting super healthier, and that's how it should be. So anyway, okay, that's enough. Off my soapbox. I'll talk to you guys soon.